Hi, today we're going to look at some Star Wars stuff and some other, well, mostly Star Wars stuff, some modern stuff and some stuff from the 1980s and 70s, so I hope you enjoy it, and let's see what stuff we've got to look at today. Okay, here we've got a prototype Luke Skywalker from the Saga Blue Card Collection, the Throne Room Duel, with the actual figure as well. So this one's the prototype and this is the actual figure. So as you can see, the main differences are that this body is all black and this one is all painted up, and the hair is painted brown, the teeth are painted white, whereas this one, the head is just flesh coloured. The hand, both hands are the what would that be? Left-handed painted. I think it's left hand. Yep. And so you've got this figure here is the prototype, and you can see the head's unpainted, and the arms are not in the correct positions now. There's a switch in the back, you push it in, the button, and the arms move up and down, like that. So this is Luke Skywalker Throne Room Duel from the Saga Collection, about 2003, 2004. And there you are. This is the prototype figure. Okay, articulation is, because this is a figure with features in it, because the arms move up and down when you press that button at the back. The arms are quite well articulated. The head swivels, no movement in the waist, and the legs just at the hips they move. No knee articulation. So there you are, Luke Skywalker Throne Room. And then let's look at this Luke here. This is how the finished product. There's a variation with this figure with the hand painted, the other hand painted, and the lightsaber's magnetic. So he's got a magnet in this hand here that holds the lightsaber, and you press the button and it can move in the forward, just like in Return of the Jedi when Luke's lost his temper and is hacking his father's arm off, Darth Vader's arm off. So there you are, you can see, and here the arm's in the correct position. On the prototype this arm's quite loose. So here are the two figures, the painted and unpainted version. Luke Skywalker Throne Room. Got quite a prominent button at the back. Press that and the arms move forward. So there you are, Luke Skywalker Throne Room Duel. Okay, the figure comes with this base as well, which has this fence that moves, can be cut apart, and you can place the figure on there. So there you are. Let's see if it doesn't have the year on it. So there you go, Luke Skywalker Throne Room Duel. Okay, this prototype figure can't really hold the lightsaber with both hands, so it can hold it with one hand, but it can't hold it with both like the actual production figure. So there you are, Luke Jedi. Okay, here's the actual production Luke. You can see this is quite flimsy, it keeps falling apart, the actual fence that Luke cuts down. and you can see him move his lightsaber forward and back in the slashing motion, just like in the film Return of the Jedi. So it's a great display figure. The lightsaber hilt's made out of metal as well, so that's really cool. You can see him whacking away. Bit of a whack job here. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight. Throne Room Duel from 2002, 2003. Saga blue card, and here's the prototype figure. So you can see that his hair's not painted, and the body's just black. Also got the same motion. So there you are, two figures whacking away. There you go. Okay, this is the backing card from the Luke Throne Room card. So you can see the 5 figures that were available at the same time. Darth Vader Throne Room Duel, so that's a matching figure. Princess Leia, Organa Captive. C-3PO, Snow Trooper, and Jango Fett in Camino Escape. Plus you've got at the top, you've got the actual description of the Luke action figure, plus the description. It says, captured and taken to the second Death Star, Luke is manipulated by the Emperor into lightsaber duel with his own father, Darth Vader. The two battle fiercely with their lightsabers, but then Luke chooses to yield the fight rather than destroy his father. Enraged, the Emperor turns to eliminate the young Jedi, and with him the galaxy's last hope. And it tells you how the figure works. It says, press belt back for slashing lightsaber action. The railing collapses, I call it a fence, the railing collapses when lightsaber hits it. Place left hand on weapon. Weapon is force attracted to hand. So we'll try that as well. And I think on that, the hands are, yep, it's painted the other way around. So on this version, that hand is painted. On this version, it's, so on both these versions, the other hand is painted. So let's try the force action. There's the lightsaber. So it's removable, it's a metal hilt. You can push that back in. And then let's see if it can be force attracted to his hand. Let's see. Yep, there you saw it. The magnet in Luke's hand attracts the lightsaber. Okay, here we've got a Luke Skywalker Bespin outfit from the original trilogy collection from 2004, and it's graded by AFA, and it's quite a decent figure. It's got bendable knees, swivel waist, hips, slit cut elbows, swivel wrists, and a twistable head. So for its time, it's standard articulation of your typical OTC figure. So these are known as OTC collection 2004, and they've got quite a retro looking card, a really nice card actually. So it's got the double lines just like in the vintage cards from back in the day, the 70s, and it has the way the name is done at the top is very similar to the vintage figures as well. It has a little picture there of Luke Skywalker in his Bespin outfit from Empire Strikes Back, and then here it has the original trilogy logo, and then it doesn't have a picture on the back of the card. It has an actual scene from the film The Empire Strikes Back, which is generally considered the best of the lot, though I say episode 4 is my favourite. So you've got Luke Skywalker there in a sort of scene with a really large bubble. These cards came with quite large bubbles, and if I turn it around you can see the back of the card. And you can see a picture of Luke and Darth Vader having it out fighting. It's from The Empire Strikes Back. and some other figures. I haven't got any of these other figures, so this, you know, there's just too much coming out in those days, so you just couldn't keep up. So it says the rebel hero Luke Skywalker interrupts his Jedi training with Yoda to fly to the Cloud City of Bespin to rescue his friends who have been captured by the evil Imperial leader Darth Vader. As he fights to free his friends, Luke battles Darth Vader in a lightsaber duel and discovers that this terrible villain is in fact his own. Well, I'm not going to say because everyone knows. You've got advert in the corner to join Hasbro, or go to hasbro.com. So there you are. And these are different figures you can get. TIE Fighter Pilot, IG-88, Snowtrooper, Tusken Raider, Greedo, and the Jawas, a Jawa 2-pack. So it's a really nice card. It says OTC number 26, Luke Skywalker, OTC collection. And there you are. Got Luke Skywalker there, and it's AFA graded. It's 2004 Hasbro Star Wars Original Trilogy, Luke Skywalker Bespin. It's a U85. U means it's uncirculated, so that means it's just been sent to AFA in a box and then not handled by anyone. So the U grade just means it's not been handled by anyone, and it's card gets 90, bubble 85, figure 95. So it's a high grade figure 95, and it looks really nice. You can get modern figures in AFA boxes pretty cheap these days. If you go on eBay, you can. Not all of them. Some people know that charge about 20, 30 quid for them. But if you can find the odd one for about a tenner, and then you have to pay maybe £5 shipping on top. So it's a good price to get something like this for a tenner. There you are, Luke Skywalker, plus the shipping would bring it to about 15, 16 quid. So it's Luke Skywalker, OTC, Bespin outfit, 2004. It's about, how many years? 6 years now? 7 years now. Okay, here we've got a figure. It's not Star Wars, it's Battlestar Galactica. So this is from 1978-79. There weren't many figures released, but the TV show was quite popular at the time. So so it's the original Battlestar Galactica, not the new series. And this is the Imperious leader. So it's more or less in the same sort of size as a Star Wars figure. The card has the picture of the Imperious leader here, and then you've got the figure here. He's got quite a pink face with a sort of purplish hair and this big pink robe. I had this figure when I was a kid as well, so I do remember playing with these. So these are distributed by Mattel. And you know, if you grew up in the 70s, you would probably most likely like the original Battlestar Galactica as well. These figures don't have holes in their feet like the Star Wars figures. And here's on the back, this is the first series of figures you could get. You can get the Ovian, which I had, Cylon, which I had, Imperious Leader I had, I think I had 2 Cylons, the Daggett, I'm pretty sure I had that, Commander Adama, and Lieutenant Starbuck. So I had all of these figures when I was a kid. Okay, so this is a Mattel Battlestar Galactica Series 1 card, and it says authentic reproductions and costumes and details, each sold separately. Figures not for use with Battlestar Galactica vehicles. The vehicles they did make were a lot smaller. Mattel Incorporated 1978, made and printed in Hong Kong. And there's the figure. It comes with this huge cloth cape, and as far as I can remember, the arms will just move, the head won't move at all, and the legs move. So pretty limited articulation. Condition of the card's fair, so not bad for something that's, how old is this now? Pretty old, 33 years old. Okay, bubble's pretty clear, dented at the top there. Got a crease here on the card, big crease there, and a bit of crease around the punch. So there you are, Battlestar Galactica, Imperious Leader, cost $197. I don't know if that was sold in England or the USA. And there you go. Mattel Imperious Leader from Battlestar Galactica. Okay, here we've got Salacious Crumb from the Jabba the Hutt playset from 1983. So here it is, made in Hong Kong, 1983. So there you are, Salacious Crumb. It comes with a little tail. I'm sure this is pretty similar to the new Salacious Crumb that's been released. So there you are, Salacious Crumb. Okay, here we've got a vintage 1983 tri-logo Klaatu skiff guard outfit, but as you can easily see, that Klaatu figure is the earlier version of Klaatu. So that version of Klaatu's been re-released recently on the vintage line collection. So this is a very common, it's what you call a miscard. So it's a tri-logo miscard, and there's quite a few of these. I've got a few others. I've got the Biker Scout on R5D4, the Skrid Head on Ree's card, Yoda on a Warwick card, and what else? I've got Yan Solo on a French Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker card, and Death Squad Commander on the ATST card. Most of those are tri-logos, excepting the Luke Jedi. So these are fairly sought after, and you do come across them. They tend to have thin bubbles, and the bubbles can be really dented and crashed and cracked. So you've got to be really careful with the bubbles. This figure gets an 80. Overall, it's an 80 near mint. The card gets 80, bubble 80, figure 85, and the only thing is on the left foot is quite a lot of frosting on the black boot. The other boot's fine, but that boot, the left boot, has lots of frosting on it. Frosting's what appears on certain figures. It tends to be black paint actually. It must be something to do it's a chemical reaction, and no one's sure what it really is. It could be a mold or something like that, or just a chemical reaction. I don't know if you can really see it, but on that foot there, which is black, or meant to be black, it looks kind of grey, and that's all frosting there. So I don't know if that's a recent thing, but this looks quite like a recent grading, so it must have been there. The figure comes with a really nice cloth cape, and is quite well detailed for its time. Head, arms and legs swiveled, that's it. So this is the most common of the miscarded figures. So if you ever come across one of these, it's most likely to be this one, which is the Klaatu skiff with the Klaatu original on it. So there you are. That's the Klaatu, and it's the tri-logo card. As you all know, 3 logos, English, French and Spanish. And we'll look at the back of the card. Typical tri-logo shows 79 figures, the last 2 blacked out, which are the Ewoks. And there you are, Klaatu miscard. So that's meant to be that should be Klaatu skiff. It looks like according to Stefan Fankel, who wrote that book Tri-Logo to Meccano to Tri-Logo, he says that these miscards were made in France, and they just used whatever figures they had left over and tried to match them up with the closest cards they had left, just to get them out and sell them off. So there you are. So there you are. Tri-Logo miscard. Not that rare, but still not that common either. So there you are, Klaatu. Quite nice, apart from the frosting on the left foot. But still, the card's very nice, the figure. They say you can get rid of frosting by shining ultraviolet light onto the figure. but I've never tried that, so there you go. Tattoo Skiff miscard. Nice figure.
You see the problem with the cups they have these days is that it's going to affect the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Unless we can have solution of relieving their suffering, you know, then just carry on the same. It's more degradation, more suffering.
More animation. Talk. Don't look in the camera.
Yeah.
You know?
Say something, Martin.
Yeah, all these cats and these ridiculous come from a tourist country as well. I bet there were full countries of toilet makers and they got all of these cats, underhand cats.
Precisely.
Okay, here we got reuse on a Power of the Force 2 card, and he is from about 97. Let's see, yeah, 97. So I think at the time he was a fan. You had to get him off the fan club, so he's a bit hard to track down. I never got him at the time. So, and this one's AFA graded. It's graded AFA 85. The card gets 85, bubble 85, figure 90, and it comes with an action slide, freeze frame, and you can see that picture on the back of the card. It's a really good figure. It's quite a large figure. Nice, excellent sculpt. If you look closely, you can see they've really done a great job on the head, and it's not too bulky. It's a really nice effect on the costume, the fabric, and he looks like a solid character, like a solid, because he was always portrayed as being a bit drunk in the not that I can say anything, because I had a bit of a hangover this morning myself, so you know, not sure how I got home or anything like that. Oh dear. So, you know, and so he was a bit, there he is having a nice drink. That was, well, you know, there's free drinks at work last night. That was a big mistake for me, because you know, I felt pretty sick this morning, but that's my own stupidness. So here you got Yak Face. I wasn't sick though, but you know, there's Yak Face, C-3PO, and the drunk Reese. And it says here, even with a court full of conspirators, Jabba the Hutt never suspected Reese as a potential assassin. Reese cut a deal with the Empire to destroy Jabba, but fate would save that role for Princess Leia. It's got other figures there, Gamorrean Guard, the Tarkin, Lucan Ceremonial, 2 creature sets, and other stuff like that. And how to get the actual freeze frame binocular thing. And then you've got the figure again. There he is, Reese, excellent figure. Okay, sorry about the lighting, is a bit dark today. There he is, Reese, great figure. Has a fight with Yak Face, according to legend. So there you are. The very drunk Yak Face. And I'm hungover, so I know how he feels. Okay, so there you are, Yak Face, Reese. Okay, so there you are, great figure. So it just goes to show you that even Power of the Force, some of the Power of the Force figures are amazing. This is a great figure. So, I mean, the head sculpt is just amazing. Like, you can't really see it, can't really pick up the details, but look at that. So, an amazing piece of work, that head, and the costume as well. So that's a great figure. Okay, so the reason why my channel is called MKM Films is that me and my friends, we sort of used to make videos together, and that's what we used to call ourselves, MKM. So the K is my name, and then the M and the M, the other M's are 2 other characters. But I've used that name on YouTube, and I can't change it. So, but I mean, it's an okay name. And you know, I tend to do a lot of Star Wars stuff. I do modern stuff, plus a lot of stuff from the 80s, which is my favourite stuff. So, you know, hopefully there's something on my channel that will you know, interest you. I've probably got some of the longest videos there. I tend to edit on YouTube as well, so I just put loads of videos together that I've already made and just stack them all together. So I've got some really long videos on YouTube. Also, I reckon maybe perhaps one of the weirdest places to do a Star Wars review from would be in a graveyard, which I've done that twice. First time in 2010 and then earlier this summer. And then other things I do, I make other proper short films as well, so it's not just Star Wars. I mean, that's more my hobby. And then, you know, I mean, when I get time and I can find someone to act in my terrible film, like Stalin and Ho and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, anyway, cheers. Okay, here we've got the Red Guard from, or Senate Security from 2005, Revenge of the Sith card. And it's, okay, the light's pretty bad, I'm gonna have to, let's see if I can get better. Okay, so you've got two versions of this figure. It came on the same card, you've got the blue one and the red one. But out of the two, probably the red one's slightly harder to track down. Comes with a blaster rifle and a pistol, like a biker scout pistol it looks like, and this just looks like the exact, like the Emperor's Royal Guard. Okay, let's see if I can, I'm gonna have to put the light on, I think. Okay, I'll put the light on, it's slightly better I guess. Okay, so here you got the Red Royal Guard, Senate Security from the Revenge of the Sith line, 2005. This one's AFA graded, but it's not a high grade, it's only at 80 overall. And the card gets 80 bubble, 85, figure 95, so the figure's a high grade though. You can get, like I said earlier, you can get a lot of these AFA figures, modern figures, pretty cheap if you go on eBay. So this one was £5 plus another £4.50 for postage and packaging, so you can't go wrong with that. So there you are. So you're probably paying, you could get the figure not AFA graded for about £6-7. This is what, £2 more, and it's in a case. So much. There you've got the two guards. You can get the red guard and the blue guard. Star Wars Senate Security red card. Okay. And then if you look on the back, you can see a typical Revenge of the Sith card. You've got the two images of the guard, blue or red, and then you've got a picture of the blue guard, and then different figures you could get in the series, and then go to hasbro.com. So there you are. Okay, so Royal Guard, and it says the Royal Guard is Coruscant's most elite security force. During his rise to power, Palpatine seized control of all Senate security, consolidating the Blue Senate Guards and his own Crimson Personal Guard under his direct authority. So there you are, you've got the Blue Guard and the Red Guard. And then this one here is the Red Guard. Let's see if we can look at it better. Okay, there's the grade 80 near mint, and there's the figure. Okay, getting lots of reflection from the window. There's your Red Guard, great figure. Easy to track down. Looks cool. Emperor's Royal Guard. So there you are. There you are. If I say there you are again. There's your Red Guard anyhow. So AFA group. Okay, Revenge of the Sith cards aren't my favourite. I don't really like them that much. I don't like the backing cards. I prefer other. I think these are my least favourite cards really. Backing cards out of all the Star Wars ones so far. I mean, it looks okay, but I just think they could have done a better job with that. I prefer the Saga Blue Episode 1 cards, Power of the Force 2. So, out of all the modern cards, these cards are probably the ones that are my least favourite. What would, I guess obviously the new 2010-11 vintage retro cards, VOTC cards. They're the best ever, apart from the original vintage cards, but they cost an arm and a leg. So I mean, you can get modern cards pretty cheap on eBay now. So this one might be worth tracking down because it's just harder to find than the Blue Guard. Average price in the UK for this figure, carded, will be about £7, and then probably cheaper in the USA. So there you are, the Red Guard. Got an 80 because if you look at just there's a little crease just around the sort of hanger thing. Cool figure though. Okay, what can you say about onions? Remember that last year, the Onion King? He was given the wisdom of an onion by his son. Can you elaborate upon that yourself? Anything to say about onions?
Yeah. Because if you've never tried an onion bhaji, you've never lived.
Okay, here we've got a bit of an eBay horror story. So I ordered this last Friday and it came on Monday, but it doesn't resemble the picture that the seller had. It is the correct size, the proper item, but what's happened is it's been crushed in the post. It was placed in an envelope like this, and so thus it has been it was posted through my letterbox. I mean, it was meant to be signed for, and it's been really badly crushed. As you can see it's been all bent around here, around here. That was pushed out, creased here, creased here, creased there. The bubble has probably been slightly creased a bit more. I mean, it was a bit dented at the top anyhow, but it's been made worse. And so I'm in a dispute now with the seller, saying, and PayPal, over this item, because it's not what the condition, you know, with vintage stuff, that like this is from the 1980s, this is an 83 Canadian card, and you know, this is not acceptable, because I paid over 30 quid for this, and you know, the card should be in a much better condition. The postman posted it through my letterboxes, which was too small for this to be posted through, and it got crunched. Look how crushed it is around here, there, and there. It's ridiculous. And so now I've had to contact the seller plus eBay and say, look, this isn't good enough. So, you know, he's saying he's never had this problem before, that the postman had it signed for. I never signed for anything. I was at work. I was up 5:20 in the morning that day, Monday morning, and I didn't get home till about 6 o'clock, 6:30. So, you know, when did I sign for it? That's a good question, you know. I never signed for it. And look how mashed up it is. It's all creased at the top there. Crease there, crease there, crease there. This ain't good enough, man. If you're posting Star Wars figures, you've got to post them in a box like this, you know? This is a box. You post them in a box so they don't get mashed up. You know what I'm saying, man? So, hopefully eBay will rule in my favour and I'll get a full refund. I better do anyhow, otherwise I'm going to tell them to go bleep themselves, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so this is, if you're sending stuff in the mail, Star Wars vintage items, don't send them in packages, send them in boxes and protect them, put bubble wrap and newspaper and stuff like that inside so it protects the thing. And then the postman can't post it through the letterbox because it's so small, so he's got to take it back to the post thing and then I can go collect it. That's what usually happens. Posting it in a flipping packet is a joke. Obviously it's going to get bent up, it's going to get crushed in transit as well. So what's the geezer thinking, man? Anyway, So just a word of caution, if I show you the back as well. I mean, it's a really nice card, it's Canadian, all that sort of stuff. Oops. So, there you are. Canadian. So you can see how crunched and mashed up this card is at the back as well. So there you are. Lots of dents. This thing's ruined. Just because you couldn't be bothered to put it in a cardboard box. And now I've got to go to all the hassle of going to eBay and, you know, having a dispute. What a hassle, man. You know. So that's a big, you know, big no-no in my book. You should, I mean, what's the tragic thing is a beautiful Canadian card, Wicket, has been ruined. You can't trust the postal services to look after stuff. You've got to put it in a box and write fragile on it. You know what I mean, look how tiny that figure is. It's Wicket. So this figure's just been re-released as well in a vintage 2010 figure. So there you are, Wicket, Warwick Wicket, or Wicket W Warwick. Shame this card's been mashed up. So, I mean, the only way you can make money on this now is to send it to AFA and get it U-graded. But then that's more money to spend, and you're losing the card, the Canadian card. Anyway, there's my rant for the day. Just be if you're posting stuff, send it in a box, not in a packet. I mean, look at this packet. This is what it was in, and it can get easily crushed. Look at that, ridiculous. It offers no protection at all. So there you are. Rant. Hi, I'm gonna be well, it's be hello, testing this time.
Disabled and a sucking us out in it, kind of thing. Hey, remember the winners in the game? Yeah, Siberian campers. You stand out on the fence again. You don't want to capture these cars.
Huh?
Martin. You will stand by here, eh? Before the film ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got to do that little bit at the end. You know, with the slow tunes, like the bells. And the most beautiful music of Russia.
Yeah, when the bell tolls.
And then you got that Sicelo one, and at the end, you got the put at the end, the one in English, the red flag. It's sung in English. So we end in English, and we start in English. You know the international?
Oh.
See, that's the French tune. It was taken up by the Bolsheviks and the other social revolutionaries. The Paris Commune. 1880s.
What's it?
International. So it's even before the Bolsheviks ever started in country.
They've got Rooney and Ferdinand and friends into that iconic paint splattered stone rosy image. It's Manchester.